Mastering emotions is not about suppressing, but empowering yourself to surf the waves of feelings with grace and deliberate choice. Have you ever wondered how much control we really have over our emotions? It's a question that's been posed by philosophers, psychologists, and curious minds for centuries. The answer might be found in an ancient philosophy known as Stoicism. Stoicism, a school of thought born in the heart of ancient Greece and Rome, holds a unique perspective on emotions. It suggests that we have more control over our emotions than we might initially believe. By understanding and harnessing this control, we can live more fulfilling, peaceful lives, undisturbed by the tumultuous sea of our emotional states. At its core, Stoicism teaches us that our emotions are not wild, uncontrollable forces, but rather products of our judgments and reactions to external events. It encourages us to shift our focus from the events themselves, which are often out of our control, to our responses, which are entirely within our grasp. Imagine a world where anger, fear, or sadness no longer hold the reins, where you can navigate life's challenges with a steady hand and a calm heart. This is the world that Stoicism invites us to explore, a world where emotional mastery is not just a possibility but a reality. And how do we achieve this mastery? Through the application of 9 key Stoic techniques. These techniques, deeply rooted in the wisdom of Stoic philosophers such as Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, provide practical, actionable steps to help us understand, manage, and ultimately master our emotions. From acknowledging our emotions to practicing objectivity, from controlling what's within our grasp to practicing acceptance and staying present, these techniques equip us with the tools we need to navigate our emotional landscapes with wisdom and grace. We'll delve into the practice of dispassion, explore the cultivation of virtue, and discuss the Stoic approach to indifference. And finally, we'll look at embracing nature, a fundamental Stoic principle that encourages harmony with the world around us. Are you ready to dive into the world of Stoic emotional mastery? Let's begin. The first Stoic technique involves understanding and acknowledging our emotions. In the grand tapestry of human existence, emotions are the vibrant threads that give color and texture to our lives. They are natural, they are real, and they are powerful. But they are also often misunderstood. Stoics teach us to not suppress these emotions, but to acknowledge them, to understand their origin and their purpose. Consider your emotions as messengers, delivering important information about your interaction with the world around you. Anger might be signaling a boundary crossed, sadness could be a sign of unmet needs, and happiness might indicate alignment with your values. Stoics see emotions not as the enemy, but as natural responses to external events. They are part of the human experience, and understanding them is the key to mastering them. The wisdom of Stoicism lies not in denying our emotions, but in learning from them, in harnessing their power to become more resilient, more balanced, and ultimately more human. Remember, the first step to emotional mastery is understanding your emotions. The second technique is practicing objectivity. This is a cornerstone of Stoicism, a means to step back and observe your emotions without being swept away by them. It's like watching a storm from the safety of your home, knowing you are separate from it. Practicing objectivity is not about suppressing or ignoring your emotions. Rather, it's acknowledging them and choosing to react differently. Stoics achieve this by observing their thoughts and feelings as if they were a third party. It's as if you're a scientist studying your own emotions, maintaining a healthy distance between you and them. Practical ways to cultivate this objectivity include journaling and mindful meditation. Journaling allows for a tangible record of your thoughts and feelings. It gives you the chance to revisit and analyze them later with a clearer mind. Mindful meditation, on the other hand, encourages focusing on the present, observing your emotions without judgment or reaction. Objectivity can help you see your emotions from a different perspective. It's a tool that fosters emotional resilience and understanding. The third Stoic technique is about controlling what we can. Imagine yourself at the helm of a ship, navigating through the vast ocean of life. You can't control the wind or the waves, but you can control how you steer and which sails you set. This is the essence of Stoicism, focusing on what's within our control and letting go of what's not. In our daily lives, many things are beyond our control: the weather, the actions of others, the passing of time. Yet we often spend our energy fretting over these uncontrollable aspects, causing unnecessary stress and anxiety. Instead, the Stoics suggest we should channel our energy into areas we can influence: our thoughts, our reactions, our behaviors. By focusing on what's within our grasp, we can make substantive changes and improvements. We can navigate our ship effectively, regardless of the external conditions. Focusing on what you can control can bring a sense of peace and stability. The fourth technique is to practice acceptance. Stoicism teaches us that the world is unpredictable and often beyond our control. There will be times when things don't go as planned, and it's during these moments that we need to practice acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation or passive indifference. It means acknowledging the reality of the situation and understanding our own limitations in changing it. Stoics believe that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond. The act of acceptance is not about giving up, but rather about finding peace in the midst of chaos. It's about acknowledging that while we may not be able to change the situation, we can change our perspective. Acceptance can lead to emotional resilience. It can help us to remain calm in the face of adversity, to maintain composure during crises, and to find peace amidst turmoil. It allows us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and dignity. Acceptance is the key to resilience in the face of adversity. The fifth Stoic technique is to stay present. Stoics understood the power of the present moment. They knew that the past, with its regrets and triumphs, is unalterable. The future, with its uncertainties and potential, is unpredictable. But the present, that's where life happens. It's where we can act, learn and grow. Being present means being mindful. It's about being fully engaged in the here and now, not getting lost in past memories or future anxieties. When we are mindful, we see things as they truly are. We're not swayed by emotional bias or clouded judgment. We're not reacting to things as we wish they were or as we fear they might be. We're responding to things as they exist in the present moment. This doesn't mean that the past and future are irrelevant. It means we don't let them hijack our thoughts and emotions. This mindfulness, this presence, it's a powerful tool. Staying present can help you manage your emotions effectively. The sixth Stoic technique is practicing dispassion. Stoicism encourages us to approach life with an even temper, free from the violent tides of passion that can often cloud our judgment or lead us astray. Practicing dispassion doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but rather it's about understanding them, observing them, and not letting them control our actions. Imagine you're a ship in the middle of the ocean. Your emotions are the waves. Dispassion is the anchor that keeps you steady, preventing you from being swept away. It's about maintaining a calm, rational mind amidst the storm of emotions. In practical terms, this could mean taking a step back when you feel anger or frustration welling up. It's about pausing, breathing, and not reacting impulsively. It's about choosing reason over emotion, peace over turmoil. This practice may not come naturally, but with time and patience it can become a powerful tool in your emotional arsenal. Practicing dispassion can help you stay calm in the face of emotional turmoil. The seventh Stoic technique is to cultivate virtue. Imagine virtue as a seed that, when nurtured, blossoms into a vibrant, resilient flower. For Stoics, virtue is the highest good, the bedrock on which a fulfilling life is built. It's not about moral superiority, but about striving to be the best version of oneself, and in doing so, mastering one's emotions. Cultivating virtue is like planting a garden. You start by selecting the right seeds: honesty, courage, wisdom, temperance. Each day you water these seeds with actions that reflect these virtues. You pull out the weeds of deceit, cowardice, folly, and excess. Over time, these virtues grow stronger, becoming a part of who you are. Practically, this could mean speaking truthfully, even when it's uncomfortable, showing courage in the face of adversity, making decisions with wisdom, and exercising self-control. It's a daily commitment, but one that reaps dividends. cultivating virtue can lead to emotional stability and contentment. The eighth Stoic technique is practicing indifference. Now, don't misconstrue this. Indifference in this context isn't about becoming cold or unfeeling. Rather, it's about understanding what is and isn't within our control and choosing not to waste emotional energy on the latter. Stoics firmly believe that we cannot control many aspects of our lives: the weather, the traffic, other people's opinions, to name a few. What we can control, however, is how we react to these elements. When we practice indifference, we acknowledge these uncontrollable aspects, but we refuse to let them dictate our emotions. Think of it as emotional economics. Why spend your valuable emotional currency on things you can't change? Instead, invest that energy into aspects you can influence, like your actions and attitudes. This practice fosters emotional tranquility as it minimizes unnecessary stress and frustration. Remember, Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions, but about achieving emotional balance. Practicing indifference to things outside your control can bring emotional tranquility. The ninth and final Stoic technique is to embrace nature. Stoics perceive nature as a compass, a guiding force that leads us towards balance and emotional harmony. They hold the belief that the universe in its vast complexity holds a certain order, a rhythm that we, as part of it, are intrinsically tied to. By immersing yourself in nature, observing its patterns, its ebbs and flows, you begin to understand this rhythm. You realize that emotions, much like the seasons, have their cycles. They come and go, ebb and flow, just like the tides of the sea or the changing of leaves. This understanding can bring about a profound sense of tranquility, a peaceful acceptance of your emotional states as they are, without resistance or fear. How does one practically apply this technique? It can be as simple as spending time outdoors, observing, listening, feeling. Witness the sunrise, the sunset, the dance of the clouds, the song of the birds. Embracing nature can help you align your emotions with the natural order of things. To recap, Stoicism offers 9 powerful techniques to master your emotions. We began our journey by understanding the intersection of emotions and Stoicism, recognizing that our feelings are not just fleeting sensations, but integral parts of our human experience. We then proceeded to acknowledge our emotions, understanding that they are not our enemies, but rather signals of our internal state. Next, we delved into the art of practicing objectivity, realizing that our perspective shapes our emotional response. By stepping back and viewing situations objectively, we can prevent ourselves from being ruled by our emotions. We also explored the concept of controlling what we can. This technique empowers us to focus our energy on aspects of life within our grasp, thus reducing emotional turbulence caused by factors beyond our control. The fifth technique, practicing acceptance, taught us to embrace life as it comes. Accepting things as they are, rather than how we wish them to be, can help us achieve emotional tranquility. Staying present was our sixth technique. By focusing on the here and now, we can prevent past regrets and future anxieties from clouding our emotional clarity. Then we learned about practicing dispassion, a technique that helps us to detach from extreme emotional reactions, allowing us to respond rather than react. Our eighth technique, cultivating virtue, encouraged us to align our actions with our values. This alignment can lead to a sense of fulfillment and emotional stability. Finally, we delved into the practice of indifference towards things outside our control. This practice can help us maintain emotional balance in the face of life's inevitable ups and downs. Each of these techniques offers a unique pathway towards mastering our emotions. Together, they nurture a resilience that allows us to navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity. The benefits of practicing these techniques are manifold, from increased emotional intelligence to improved mental health and well-being. Remember, mastering your emotions is a journey, not a destination. Keep practicing and you will find your emotional equilibrium. Now, I want to ask you to please subscribe to this channel and share this video with anybody. Thank you for your time. Until the next one.